The term superfood is kind of one of those gimmicky ideas that has lost almost all of its meaning. It doesn't really say anything except that whatever food gets that label has gotten the seal of approval from the same people who tried telling us that breakfast cereals are more healthy than eggs fried in butter. Typically, we associate the term superfood with plants like kale, broccoli, avocados, and a whole host of other plants that are not part of a carnivore or keto diet typically. The oxalate, defense chemicals, and anti-nutrient content of these plants make them at best dubious to call them superfoods. The real superfoods are meat. I have for you today 10 and actually 11 compounds best found in meats because, as it turns out, meat and other animal products are far more nutrient dense than plants. I'm sure you knew that already. Let's just get into it though. A lot of this information comes from articles found on the Rivero website, which is run by Dr. Sean Baker. No, this is not a sponsored video for Rivero. They just provide good information. I highly recommend you check it out if you can. So the first of these compounds is going to be an obvious one. I think that's vitamin D3. It is both a hormone and a nutrient. When you get enough sunlight, your skin may produce vitamin 3 in addition to getting it from meat diets. This typically requires you living in tropical regions, though. This implies that if you reside in such regions or in cold, foggy regions, you need to eat more vitamin D-rich foods to avoid deficiencies. Vitamin D2, derived from plant foods, and cholesterol, D3, derived from animal foods, are the two distinct forms of dietary vitamin D. D3 is significantly more easily absorbed in animal foods than in plant foods. The best natural sources of D3 that can be recommended are generally going to be salmon, liver, and egg yolks, and liver of all kinds. Additional sources of this kind of vitamin D can include some dietary supplements, fortified cereals, and cod liver oil. Vegans may be more susceptible to vitamin D insufficiency since the primary dietary sources of what they call the sunshine vitamin do not come from plants. And with this deficiency come different disorders like osteoporosis, which increases the risk of fractures in older persons. The next one of these is carnosine. It has what gets called anti-glycating properties that can help mitigate the development of things like Alzheimer's disease, atherosclerosis, and renal disease. Muscle levels of carnosine are significantly higher in people who eat meat compared to the levels in their vegetarian counterparts. By some accounts, carnosine may be one of the most potent anti-aging molecules known. So if you're looking to reverse aging, you want to get some carnosine in your diet, and you can find it in meat. The next is carnitine. Like carnosine, carnitine is found almost exclusively in animal products, especially red meat. Carnitine has several potentially beneficial effects in preventing and improving diseases. It has been shown to help with anemia, particularly for anemia associated with kidney dysfunction. It appears to improve the body's use of glucose, and it may reduce the effects of diabetic peripheral neuropathy. In heart attack patients, carnitine has been used to prevent ischemia in the cardiac muscle, and it's even been shown to assist with resolving male infertility via an improvement in sperm quality. So if you're looking for fertility or heart health, get some carnitine. The next is every gym rat's favorite, and that's creatine. It's a supplement athletes commonly use, and one of the very few supplements that's ever been found to be beneficial after being rigorously tested. It's the most tested supplement in the world. It's another product found only in meat. Meat eaters register higher levels of creatine, and when vegetarians supplement creatine, they experience improved cognitive function. It's interesting to note, by the way, that according to something Dr. Sean Baker wrote, patients with Alzheimer's disease have lower levels of creatine. Heart failure patients who receive creatine have shown improved overall performance, and type 2 diabetics who supplement with creatine have improved glycemic control, particularly when they also exercise. And creatine is one of the very few supplements that I take, in addition to the beef that I eat. The next is taurine. It's found in high levels in both meat and fish, but is woefully absent from a plant-based diet. As you might expect, taurine levels are significantly lower among herbivorous humans. In animal studies, taurine has been shown to reduce anxiety. Perhaps that is one reason so many folks on a carnivore diet report a sense of calmness and resolution of anxiety. Taurine is similar to carnosine and has been shown to inhibit glycation. It's also a powerful antioxidant. Some evidence suggests that taurine contributes to preventing the development of diabetic renal disease. The next is DHA and EPA, the 2-for-1. These are fatty acids found commonly in fish, eggs, full-fat dairy, as well as in the meat of grass-fed and finished beef. They are associated with cognitive function, brain health, and hormonal signaling in the body. EPA is especially important in combating inflammation in the body. The best sources of these nutrients are, again, from animal products, though they can be found in some nuts and seeds as well, but there are questions about how bioavailable those sources are due to the very high anti-nutrient and oxalate content found in nuts and seeds. So it's best to just occasionally eat some fish, like canned sardines or some wild-caught salmon if you can get it. The next one is zinc. And although zinc is not exclusive to animal products, it's found in much greater quantity and is more highly bioavailable in meat. And numerous plants containing phytates can interfere with zinc's absorption. Accordingly, zinc levels are fairly low in vegan and vegetarian dieters. Zinc deficiency has been associated with poor learning capacity, apathy, and behavioral problems in children. In adult males, low levels of zinc are associated with erectile dysfunction and decreased sperm counts. Zinc also is essential in the formation of insulin and appears to have a protective effect in preventing coronary and artery disease and cardiomyopathy. The next one is an obvious one. Everyone knows that vegans suffer from a vitamin B12 deficiency. It's sometimes also called cobalamin, and it's found exclusively in animal products, and experts advise people who abstain from meat to supplement it, which means they're taking a synthetic B12 if they're vegans trying to stay vegan with the supplementation. One of the more common causes of deficiency is gastrointestinal malabsorption. Up to 62% of pregnant women were noted to be deficient in B12, and up to 88 or 86% of vegan children and 90% of vegan elderly were B12 deficient. A deficiency of vitamin B12 has been associated with several neurological diseases, including dementia. It's also related to depression. This is also one of the reasons why people have reported their moods have improved when they go carnivore. The next on our list is heme iron. It's another mineral found in abundance in red meat, but absent from non-meat sources. Unsurprisingly, in 2015, a study of vegetarian women saw a 100% rate of some degree of iron deficiency anemia, which was more than double the rate of deficiency in their omnivorous counterparts. Certain plants, like leafy greens, soybeans, and lentils, contain non-heme iron, but those plants also contain compounds like phytates and oxalates that limit iron absorption. Deficiency of iron has been shown to result in impairments in cognition and mental health status, and a sense of general fatigue. Coming towards the end of our list, we now have thiamine. Thiamine works with other B vitamins to promote and control the numerous chemical reactions required for growth promotion and health maintenance. Thiamine is also crucial for maintaining the metabolic processes that generate energy, especially when you consume carbs, which I don't recommend doing. You still can get thiamine, and it's as an essential nutrient found predominantly in meat. Deficiency of thiamine can cause depression, constipation, irritability, lack of appetite, and fatigue. Those 10, really 11, DHA and EPA, those 10 compounds are just the tip of the iceberg, though. Scientists have found close to 60 compounds only available in beef, making beef, of all the meat options, probably the best of the superfood options. Hence why most carnivores say, build your diet around beef. But, say that in a public place and people will think you've lost the plot. But I'm curious, did you find, like is often claimed, that when you went carnivore or keto, that your mental processes cleared up, that you slept better, that your inflammation went away or at least became more manageable? Let me know in the comments, please. Like and subscribe if you haven't. It does help, as does sharing this on social media. That helps a lot, too. I'm Anthony Stine, the Practical Carnivore. Thanks for tuning in.